Hello, this is I from Unity Club. Today I'm going to teach you about the remote view from the DVR. This is currently a DVR view which you can see on your screen. Actually, we have lack of resources, that's why I cannot show you the settings inside the DVR by recording from another camera or camcorder. So I show you on the screen with the remote view. What you need to do is whatever the IP address we have to assign, we will provide that one to the DVR, and you will see we will provide the subnet mask. In my case is 255.255.255.0. Then we will provide the default gateway 192.168.1.1, and then the DNS and the remote IP will automatically be assigned. Once you will connect your DVR with router through Ethernet port. Then you have to do the setting for ports. First is control port, second is port for streaming, third is the port for talk, then fourth is the port for HTTP, by which we will view this DVR remotely. After doing these settings, you have an external settings which you need to assign. You will first enter these settings and click save, and then okay, so now we will exit from this place, and then we will try to connect to our router. My router's default address is okay. Before that, I wanted to show you the DVR that I am using. I bought it from this company, We Do It, and above is the mention of the website of that company. You can go to that company and you can buy the same thing at very nominal price. You have to click on shop view, shop now option, and in that option you will see number of main fields. You will just select them. You will go to security and surveillance system and you will select the DVR. You will view few of the DVRs. I have Pro-808 with me. Okay, first thing first, what we need to do is we have to connect to the router. To connect to the router, what we need to do is we have to give it a default gateway number. Mine is 192.168.1.1. Then I will provide my login name and password. Once you will see this router, you can now see the basic status of your router. Okay, you have no need to change anything other than that. What you need to do is, if you wanted to install this router for good with the DVR, you have to just click on the reset button at the back of the router. You have to reset all the settings. After resetting all the settings, you will be able to view these settings which you can see on screen right now. These are all the default settings for this router. I am using Zyxel P600 series, which has been given by Telecom Malaysia. Okay, we need not to change anything else. All we need to do is we have to go straight to net. We'll click on net. Net is network address translation. You will go and you will see the port forwarding option here. Go to port forwarding. To save time, I have created already some of the files. Some of the settings I have already done. As I showed you in the beginning of the movie, that 3357 is the control port. You see, all you have to do is you have to create new setting by going to user define. I will show you later. What you need to do is you have to click on active, server name, then you have to starting port, then you have to give end port, and then the IP address of the DVR. Then you will click on save to save the settings. I have already done, so I will click on back. Like this, I have set with the same name three settings which we need for the DVR. One is for control, one is for listening, and one is for controlling remotely. As you can see, user define. You have to select from this drop down menu user define. When you will click on user define menu, you will see the same screen which I showed you earlier. Alright, once this thing is done, we have to click save. Then we need to go to advanced. In advanced, we will go to dynamic DNS. In dynamic DNS, first thing what we need to do is we have to activate the dynamic DNS settings. Why we need dynamic DNS? The reason is that whenever our router will go off, every time the IP address will be different. Whenever our router will connect to the internet. That is the reason we need to use this dynamic DNS settings. If you think you are not going to shut down your router forever, it is going to be on by 24 hours, then no need to do these settings. To do these settings, first you will select dynamicdns.org, then server type, you will select dynamic DNS. In the dynamic type, then on the host name you will give, we have created one test account. Then in username you will click Vidoit, which is a testing user, and some password. Then you have to select in IP settings, you have to select dynamic DNS with IP address, default IP, different IP addresses. Then you have to click save. Then you will click on logout. Once you will log out, to view whether your DVR is working fine or not, all you have to do, you have to enter the DVR address with colon and the HTTP port, which in our case is 8080. You can set anything which you like. As you enter that address, you are able to see the DVR software on your computer. So you will give the password and you see you are here already. You can view, because I have attached one camera, so you can view one camera at this time. So this is all at this time for local DVR view. Now what we need to do is we have to connect different internet connection, or we have to go to another computer. Once we will go to another computer and we will be connected with another internet connection, we need to replace this IP address with the dynamic address which we have given. We do it test.dynds.org colon 8080. As you can see, we just replaced the IP address with that name because we are on remote computer. Once you will provide this, you have to click enter. Once you hit enter, it will read and you will see now we are able to see the software of the DVR remotely. And here we go. Once you will provide the password, you see you are able to view remotely. This is all from this video. I hope you have learned something, and this is my first video, so I apologize for the low quality and bad voice quality, and maybe my English is not that much good, but hope you have learned something. And if you have any questions or queries, please email me in the email address as mentioned. Thank you.